Good afternoon, everybody. This is Empty with Kevin Rasberry. Today, I had a little something on my mind, wanted to talk about. And with the appointing of Kamala Harris as the VP, there was a lot of backlash of her being the angry black woman or having an attitude or being mean. But let's not demonize someone who's been demonized. Yes, let's not demonize someone who has been demonized. The truth is, they talk about the attitude and the sassiness of black women, but the truth is, most black women aren't sassy. They're actually angry. Why are they angry, though? Well, it's tough being a double minority. And what that means in code is no race really gives you the respect that you deserve. Not the black man, not the white man, not the white woman, and even in some cases, not even the black woman. They compete so much with each other. And so, how do you get past all of this to be successful and to not be so shut off? Especially the sisters who are thicker than most, who are darker than most, who are smarter than most. Because the truth is, a really smart woman can be intimidating. Black woman, can be very intimidating for just about every race and gender in the world. So imagine you really making somebody angry who's smarter than you, who quite possibly can be tougher than you, and who is probably, if not at that time, soon to be more accomplished than you. But is it okay for us to allow black women to own that anger? Because that can become very dangerous. They deal with the childishness of black men at times, and they get such a backlash from the world if they choose a different race. You know, we always talk about you can't help who you love. Well, if that's the case, then why don't they get cut some slack? Yeah, I get it. Usually when black men are successful, one of the first things they do is try to find a non-sassy, non-angry, non-aggressive wife who can not challenge him and leave him in peace. Now, does that guarantee a good relationship? No, because basically you have a yes woman, in my humble opinion. I am the type who love a challenging woman, no matter what race, because it makes you better. You know, women see just about everything that you need to not run into. You know, the legitimacy of their intuitiveness and the women's intuition should not be discredited, but it is. It is discredited to the point of, well, you're just paranoid, or you're angry. Angry is always a title given to successful black women because they have to be so articulate about their feelings, their plans, and their successes. One of the only people in the world who has to defend their success. I'm guilty when I was younger. When I say younger, not very long ago. Probably a couple years, maybe 3-4 years. Men throw around the word submission, but we often don't understand that submission is not just for the woman. Yeah, let that sink in for a little bit. Because the stereotype of the black woman is that they're angry. Okay, the stereotype of the black man is that we're sorry. We're not successful in corporate America because we can't control ourselves, whether it be side women, whether it be not successful in the workplace, not taking things seriously, not committing, things like that. So, which it doesn't matter. The stereotype, it shouldn't be one that that categorizes someone as a whole. Black men are going to be stereotyped as the lesser successful being in the world. But I can argue that point that I think that black women are at least more demonized. It's one thing to have a successful black man to break through. It's a totally different one to have a black woman break through, shatter the glass ceiling. Recently here, a good friend of mine won the coroner's race, first African-American and first African-American female to hold that position. I hate hearing first for blacks because it's 2020 and we're still going through firsts. We just had the first all-black referee crew in the NFL. Why are we still having first in 2020? I think that's something that we really have to take a look at. But as far as how we treat black women, I think there are a couple different things that we should first think. And always advocate for thinking things all the way through, which I have not always done that. So I'm now practicing that a little bit more to fill my empty. Educate yourself on black women. Black women are created different. They are a special breed, not in alien form or anything like that, but they have such superior skills that are underrated to be successful at juggling a family, a career, their mental state, their anger, and still drive forward, to also have a spiritual relationship. I didn't say religion. I said spiritual relationship with whom they feel their higher power is. I think that it has come a time that not just America, but the world sees the value rising for black women. Now, I understand the WNBA and paying women $50,000 and thinking that that is successful. Yeah, it's a successful business model because you ain't paying anybody. Your payroll as a business guy, your payroll is usually your highest expense, right? But they're not even close to 1% of what most men get paid for that same sport. But we can't say the value is not there, because then I think you're saying women are more of especially black women in that sport, but women in general are more inferior than men. Just because they don't look as masculine playing the game doesn't necessarily mean they're not as good. But I think the world is starting to see that value, right? Serena Williams, always demonized by being angry. But think back what I was just saying. She's demonized because she's black, she's beautiful, she's successful. But at times she lashes out and it's assumed she's an angry black woman rather than frustrated. See, it's just like when they're in a corporate environment. When they're objective, women, their voices usually pitch higher. Well, it's perceived they're arguing or they're screaming or they're getting angry. And it's just the genetics of a woman that her pitch goes higher. I think that, in my opinion, the emptiness in talking about angry black women are the people who perceive that they're angry black women to begin with. I think their knowledge is not there. I think understanding the expressions of strong black women are not there. And I don't think that we accurately check ourselves before evaluating a black woman, especially a black woman who has ascended to power. People have a problem with that because they're looking for the neck roll and the snapping of the fingers, the popping of the gum, and it's a uniqueness to the black woman. If it wasn't, look at the parodies that happen, Saturday Night Live, and all of these other parody type shows. Look at the sassiness that they portray. If it wasn't marketable, then why do they use it? Why do the comedians use it? Almost every set, almost every comedian, man or woman, has something, some action, some words, some phrases that can be attributed to the black woman. I love them. Not just because I'm a mama's boy or was a mama's boy or grandmama's boy, an auntie's boy. Women just happen to be some of the strongest people I've ever met in my life, in particular, black women. Their intelligence it is unmatched in anything that I've seen. It's always shocking to me to see a black woman be to crumble in weakness in situations. And I understand we're human, things happen. But to me, the rarity is seeing that happen rather than seeing a black woman display grace, power, articulation, and success. I want to tell the black women that I don't believe that you're angry. I think that I feel your frustration. And so thank you, sisters, for not curling up and in a fetal position and going away. We need you because you push us, especially the brothers, the black men. You really push us. And I want to tell you, thank you. Thank you guys for listening to the first episode of Empty. I'll get a little better at it. I'm structured, but I'll get a little better. So we will talk to you soon. This is Empty. Kevin Rasberry.